welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Valentina, and for those of you that are existing friends, welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing a story time. Sorry, it took me forever to say. For those of you that don't know, I have a TikTok, and in my platform of TikTok, I basically tell stories. That's what I'm famous for on TikTok, telling stories. Well, today I am going to do a scary story that happened to me and my family when we were in Mexico. Some of you guys might not even believe it, so let me just get on to the story. So this is what happened. So back then, we lived in like towns, you know, like here in Gainesville, you go to Rossington, whatever. My grandma's mom lived in her little town, and we lived in our little town, and we would go and visit her here and there, my great grandma. So my mom and I and my grandma would go over to my great grandma's house to go visit her, and sometimes we'll bring her back because my grandma wanted to spend time with her mom. So we would take her to grandma's house. And one of these days, I remember specifically, it was getting darker, and it was in the summer, so you know it kind of starts to get dark a little late. But once it gets dark, it's dark. So I remember we left like around 6, 7, and it was getting darker, you know what I'm saying? And specifically my uncle, that he's like my second uncle, told my mom like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you guys leaving this late. It wasn't when it got bad over there yet, but you know, he still didn't feel comfortable. But my mom was like, no, it's fine, like we've done it a million times, like it's okay. We didn't think much of it. So with that being said, we basically just left, right? And then on our way there, basically what happened is, let me tell you who was in the car. Okay, let me explain to you who was in the car. Sorry. Okay, so in the passenger seat, who's driving was my mom. My great grandma was next to her. In the back was my grandma in this side, my sister in this side, me, and there was my brother in the back, and there was another cousin of mine. Now I don't remember exactly which cousin it was because I have two, and I'm not gonna put their names out there because I'm not trying to get sued. But anyways, she was in the back, and I remember we were going. You know, it started getting dark. We didn't think much of it until out of nowhere we saw this bright light. And when I'm talking about bright light, if you know the light that's hitting me right now, it's my ring light. Well, it's a light that was really, really bright. Like if it was kind of like a ring light, but 10 times. Like, you know those lights that you see like with Batman, if you know what I'm talking about, like Batman, that light that he has that shows up in the air, like his little thing. If you like see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, one of those lights. It came out of nowhere to the passenger seat where my mom was driving. And at first it was kind of far. It was pretty far, so we didn't think much of it. But the weird thing that stuck out to me was this light would follow us. So if we were going this way, the light was going this way. So everywhere we would go, the light was right here. I remember like thinking like, what is this? And you know, when we quickly noticed it, my grandma was like, I remember seeing her head out of the window and putting the window down. Well, obviously the window was down, but it wouldn't go all the way down, it would go halfway. And she was praying, and you know, the light would, it got to a point where the light would literally, it started to get closer and closer to us, to the truck. And you know, at that point I saw my mom put her view mirror to the side. And when she did that, like I could tell like it was blinding her. And I was like, where, you know, me being like a little 7-year-old girl, where did it come from? Like, to me, I was like in shock, like, why is it here? Why wouldn't it go away? Like, that's like, I was like, who's playing games? Like, it's not a helicopter because there's no helicopters, you know? It, like, I was trying to find so many, and I'm like, it's not a star because, you know, like, you would think, oh, maybe it's a star. No, it's not. This thing was following us. And, you know, I'm from Durango, so basically, like, from Durango, Mexico, this is where it happened. So, I was just, like, so out of it. And still to this day, like, me talking about it, I still can't find myself an explanation on how did this happen. You get what I'm saying? As we kept on driving and driving, I could see this light getting closer and closer, and it just wouldn't go away. My grandma was praying. My grandma was praying. My great grandma couldn't see that much at the time, so then the glimpse of it, whatever. I don't know. I don't really recall her saying anything. I know she was just pretty calm about it. My mom was really calm about it, which to me, I would have freaked out. Like, where the hell is this light? Like, I would have stopped. But we kept going. I remember looking back and just seeing, like, from the side, a light far, 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 far away. But it was like a light, like a starlight. And I could see that one. Now I'm like, was it aliens? Like, were they trying to abduct us, basically? Well, I remember getting closer to where we lived, and before you get to our town, in the direction you're coming from my great grandma's town, there's a cemetery you have to pass. And I specifically remember once we hit the cemetery, it just disappeared. And literally, like, after it disappeared, like, my mom was like, where's the light? And then my grandma was like, oh, it's not here anymore. And I was like, Mom, but it disappeared in the cemetery. Like, that's not, normal. I spoke to her about me making this video because my brother he remembers a little bit of it. My sister doesn't because she was like 3. Of course, I was 7. Of course, I was 7. So I remember, because I still can't find an explanation of why did this light came and where it come from and how did it come from and why was it following us. I remember after that happened, we didn't speak about it. I remember it was kind of like we got home and we didn't say anything. Like, like nothing happened, I remember later on hearing that apparently that light, in Durango, Mexico, basically that light shows up a lot. Like, a lot of people have seen it, which, ask your parents, because by any chance, if you guys seen it, like, I want explanations where this damn light came from, because to me, how did this light just come out of nowhere? Like, I still cannot get the fact. Like, where in the world? Like, this is why I believe, like, in a lot of things, because there's not an explanation how this light got to us in the middle of the road, in the middle of nowhere, like in a damn dirt road where there was no cars passing by. No, like, it wasn't like here in the United States where there's a lane and you see cars everywhere. So if something weird happens to you, people are gonna see and record it, or you're gonna have a witness. There was nothing like that. So with that being said, like, then later I remember, like, hearing that apparently one guy was coming home from somewhere and it was late at night and the same light drove him off the road. And it basically, apparently what they say is the light drives you off the road so you can die. And in some houses, apparently it, like, goes into your house. And yeah, like, apparently it goes into your house and it kills the people inside of it. So I guess the main purpose of the light is to kill people, which you're probably listening to me. You're probably like, what is this girl talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is what I'm talking about. What happened to me in my crazy life. I was talking to my mom about it before I made this video, obviously. I don't know if I said that already. And I did tell her, and she was like, yeah, like, I'm like, tell me I'm not crazy, because we tell my sister the story, and my sister is like, no, that never happened. Like, I just believe you guys are making. And my mom was like, no, it happened, and you were little. You were still, like, in your car seat, so you don't remember it. And I don't know. I need to find explanations. Like, if you're literally, like, watching my video right now, ask your parents if they've ever heard about this light. Because, look, I've gone into Google and I looked stuff up about this light, right? And I can't find anything. I've looked up videos on YouTube and I cannot find anything about this light. This light that just appeared out of nowhere. Maybe I should do a video in Spanish. But I feel like if I do a video in Spanish, it's just not gonna be the same as if I do it in English. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, guys, that's basically all I saw. I saw a light that was trying to drive us off the road, because I could tell, like, when we were driving, my mom was having a hard time seeing. And then a few weeks later, my great grandma ended up passing away. Mom was like, a lot of people say that light takes you away. And I really haven't spoke to my grandma about it, I guess because I don't want to bring up the topic about it, but I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to pick up the phone and call her and be like, hey, grandma, I remember what happened that night. So can you elaborate, because get me to understand why this life followed us. I don't know. I don't know, guys, but that's all for today. And I hope you guys like this story time. If you want more story times, let me know. If you know anything about this random ass light that came out, please let me know. Comment down below. Or any paranormal experiences you've had. I don't consider that paranormal, but I do at the same time, because it scares you, and it's just where the heck does it come from? But that's it for today. Please like and subscribe. And thank you for everybody that has subscribed to me. And that's all for today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.